We've all seen the survival shows. We've seen the experts building log cabins with a pocket knife or wrestling alligators in the swamp. It's entertaining, but it's not reality. In a real-life survival situation, whether you're lost in the wilderness, stranded after a natural disaster, or stuck in a broken-down car, the flashy stills won't save you. What saves you are the subtle, psychological, and physiological hacks that 99% of people have never even heard of. Most people think they know how to survive, but when the pressure is on, they realize they were prepared for a movie, not for real life. Today, we are stripping away the myths. We are counting down the top 5 survival skills that most people don't know, from the biological secrets of hydration to the mental framework that separates survivors from victims. Let's dive in. Skill number 5 is the psychology of the rule of threes. You've probably heard the rule. You can survive 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. But there's a fourth 3 that most people ignore. 3 seconds without a decision. In a high-stress emergency, your brain is flooded with cortisol. This leads to a phenomenon called cognitive tunneling. You focus so hard on one small problem, like a lost car key, that you don't notice the forest fire approaching. The skill here is the SOAR method. Stop, observe, assess, and react. Survivors don't act fast, they act accurately. Learning to force your brain out of panic mode in those first 3 seconds is more important than knowing how to start a fire. If you can't control your mind, you can't control your environment. Skill number 4 is biological water transpiration. Most people think that finding water means finding a river or a lake. But what if you're in a dry area where the ground is frozen? Every green plant around you is a water pump. Transpiration is the process where plants pull water from the ground and release it through their leaves. To harness this, you need a simple plastic bag and some string. By tying a clear plastic bag around a leafy branch of a non-toxic tree and placing a small stone inside to create a low point, the sun will bake the leaves, causing them to sweat. This moisture condenses on the plastic and drips into the bottom of the bag. It's slow, but it's pure, filtered water that requires 0 physical effort. In a survival situation, calories are currency. If you spend 1,000 calories looking for a river and find nothing, you're closer to death. If you spend 10 calories tying bags to trees, you're investing in your survival. Skill number 3 is microclimate management. We often think of shelter as a big house or a tent, but in survival, your most important shelter is the 1-inch layer of air surrounding your skin. Most people who die of hypothermia do so in temperatures between 30 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit, often because they got wet. The skill most people don't know is how to use debris insulation. If you are stuck outside, you shouldn't just sit on the ground. The ground is a heat sink that will suck the warmth right out of your body. This is called conduction. You need to build a debris mattress at least 6 inches thick using dry leaves, pine needles, or grass. This creates dead air space that traps your body heat. Furthermore, stuffing your clothing with dry leaves can act like a makeshift down jacket. It looks ridiculous, but it can increase your survival time by days in freezing conditions. Skill number 2 is the watch compass. What if you're lost, the sky is overcast, and you don't have a compass or a GPS? If you have an analog watch, or even if you just visualize one, you have a high-precision navigation tool. In the northern hemisphere, point the hour hand of your watch at the sun. The point exactly halfway between the hour hand and the 12 o'clock mark is south. In the southern hemisphere, you point the 12 at the sun, and the halfway point to the hour hand is north. This works because the sun's position in the sky is predictable based on the time of day. Knowing this simple geometry means you never have to guess which way you are walking. You can maintain a straight line for miles, preventing the circular walking that kills so many lost hikers. And finally, skill number 1, the most important skill that almost no one knows, is the art of passive signaling.
Most people think signaling for help means screaming or waving their arms when they see a plane, but planes move fast and human voices are weak. Passive signaling is about creating artificiality in nature. Nature doesn't like straight lines, perfect circles, or right angles. To get rescued, you need to create geometric anomalies. This means arranging rocks into a large X or SOS, or clearing a square patch of dirt in a round forest. But the secret weapon is the signal mirror. Even a small piece of glass or a polished belt buckle can reflect sunlight for over 20 miles. Pilots have reported seeing signal mirrors before they even saw the mountain the person was standing on. Learning to aim a reflection using your fingers as a sight is a skill that takes 30 seconds to learn, but has saved more lives than almost any other survival technique in history. Survival isn't about being the strongest or the toughest. It's about being the smartest person in the room, even if that room is a forest or a desert. It's about understanding how your body works, how plants breathe, and how to speak the language of rescuers from miles away. These 5 skills aren't flashy, and they don't make for great TV, but they are the quiet foundations of staying alive. The next time you go out into the world, don't just bring your gear, bring your knowledge. Because when the gear fails, and it will, your knowledge is the only thing that will bring you home.